I call Mika Whaitiri, 5-minute call.
You're next. Tēnā koe, Mr Speaker, inga memo o te whanei, tēnā tātou katoa. Mr Speaker, it gives me great pleasure to make a small contribution to this third reading of this important, and I think everyone said it, expressed it, a piece of legislation that makes complete sense, sir. So I join in all members in endorsing it, but I also want to acknowledge, following on from the grand contribution from colleagues on this side of the House, Adrian Ludafare and another colleague here, Reno Tirakatani, Labour definitely stands in support of, like what I said, a piece of legislation that makes sense. Sir, if I just want to make a couple of comments on the main provisions of the bill to assure you that I've actually read it. The comments around the extension of the life of the passports, and I think everyone acknowledges that extending it from 5 years to 10 years makes complete sense. Sir, as an electoral MP, many of the inquiries that come through my office that pertains to passport issues are generally my constituents who often are living in Australia. Their passports have lapsed and there's been a tragic event back home. And I've often got a call to say, we need a passport and can we get it done urgently? So I see huge benefits for those particular constituents that have recently travelled to Australia to benefit from the extension to 10 years. And having made that point, I also want to just acknowledge many of my constituents of two whānau that are currently detained in Christmas Island, sir, and I look forward to the Prime Minister going to bat to do something for our people over there. Sir, I come back to the bill. Like I said, over 16 and under 16, so the under 16s clearly will remain on 5 years. As a mother of two teenage boys, one of 18 and one of 17, I'm thankful that they make that cut, especially as the 18-year-old is in Scotland. So, sir, at a personal level, it makes sense. When we look at the warnings on New Zealand travel documents, the electronic record, again, provides the ability of, I guess, the Internal Affairs to I guess, provide warnings electronically through the bill and the main provisions that it provides there. I noticed the electronic cancellation, again using technology to its best advantage, sir, to protect not only our borders but all our Kiwi citizens wherever they are need to be acknowledged. I also want to make comment, sir, on the offence of false representation amendment. As I read it, I guess it's an offence. You'll commit offence and the terms up to 5 years and a fine of $15,000, and the extension of not only offence through a written or oral statement, but the reclassification of any statement, sir. And if we all have memories of filling out passport application forms and the identification, and if only we could make those little stickers a little bit bigger, perhaps that may help with people with failing eyesight, sir. I want to mention the cost and say the reduction down to $180 is absolutely welcome for many people. We are renowned travellers, sir, and we want to make travelling not only within New Zealand but outside accessible to many of our people, and so that's going to go a long way. Sir, there was mention of a previous speaker in the House around the smart gate, and on a recent trip to Taiwan, coming back into New Zealand, the lane that didn't have the smart gate actually moved a lot faster than the lanes that had the smart gate, sir. So it's probably, it was very slow. In fact, actually it wasn't working. So it probably, although we absolutely support technology, sometimes, sir, some of the basic things that are supposed to make our lives more efficient sometimes fall over. And so, sir, with those few remarks, I commend this bill to the House.